This never gets easy. If you haven't seen already on Facebook, Liz, when things happen on the farm, especially the big things, we tend to use Facebook as the first update. That's where Liz gets her time to gather her emotions. She writes the English language way better than I do, and she puts the word out first. So if you're not on Facebook, Facebook is usually where announcements come first.
Sometimes the highs and lows of life can happen almost simultaneously. While I was out of town this morning getting Piper bread for the second day in a row, I got a phone call no one ever wants to receive. Aaron was holding down the farm and noticed Twix was down under the porch to his barn. He expressed he believed it was really bad and to get home as quickly as possible. I walked him through the usual steps. Take his temp, check his eyelids, etc. None of the steps came back with optimistic results. I heard Twix on the other end of the phone and I knew. I told Aaron to call Dr. Cara. It was already too late to do any heroic interventions. We needed her to humanely send Twix to heaven. The questions start flooding into your brain at this point. What did we miss? I just saw him grazing out in the field yesterday. Aaron saw him this morning during chores. Nothing stuck out as off. Absolutely nothing. We reviewed security cam footage and we saw him come back from grazing yesterday afternoon to take his usual afternoon nap under the porch with Thunder. Nothing seemed any different from any other typical day for Twix. I will say, Twix has always been a tough guy to gauge. He's not an overly affectionate guy and is always the man in the back of the herd with a watchful eye. That makes monitoring his body condition pretty difficult, however he hadn't seemed thin to me from a distance, making for even more questions. Dr. Cara was, once again, our hero. Aaron made that call and Dr. Cara just happened to be in the next town over. We both arrived back to the farm around the same time. One look at my boy Twix and there was no question about what needed to be done. Twix was peacefully sent to heaven late this morning at 11:45 a.m. We sent off some testing to the lab to get an idea of what happened. As a goat farmer, my main suspicions are worms. While Twix's natural instincts and overall personality may have done a great job hiding it, I'm more upset I didn't catch it and weren't able to get him the help he needed. These are the tough days. Rest in peace, Twix. I really hope heaven has a nice fluffy hay feeder you can snuggle yourself into.
Unfortunately, we had to bury Twix today. Twix passed away this morning. Well, I was mowing the lawn. I was out. The story, like I said, is out on Facebook. I was mowing the lawn over here. And actually, let me park. Liz is about to leave. This is kind of a one take, but not really. Liz is about to leave to go get Jake from work, who, by the way, has finished the full week. So that's amazing. Amazing, Jake. So this is where the emotions, like super proud of Jake. Whole week, proud of Piper. Her breeding went well. Her and her boyfriend got along great. But unfortunately, this morning right there in this corner, I saw Twix. I think Mom's leaving. I gotta go talk to her in a minute. But I saw Twix not doing good. But yet this morning, when I put them out, he walked out. Walked a little slower, but I didn't notice that until later on the security cam. Last night, he was fine. So we don't know what happened. But Twix lays peacefully right there behind House of Pie with the rest of like Poppy and Frio. It just never gets easy. It isn't like, he's always been low man on a totem pole, especially after Poppy passed away. But I mean, look at this pasture. So I actually went back about 24 hours and he spent just like, who is that over there? Is that Thor? I think it's Thor. Check Thor. Ready? Look at him. Ooh. He's sitting right there in the shade behind the couch. Twix was underneath the couch there, hanging out in the shade just yesterday. You might see that bucket flipped over. Clean it out, wash it out. But they have a big full water bucket inside. Yeah, we don't know. Dr. Kara took some blood. She happened to be in the area when we called. So she came over and humanely helped us send Twix to heaven. But who knows? Who knows? So it's never fun to deal with that and then have to balance your emotions, put out the open sign, and host 15 people for Goat Snuggles today, and then virtual, which will be fine. Virtual will take our mind off of it or bring our mind back to it, because you have to grieve, you have to mourn, you have to get through it. I don't want to say get over it. That's not the word I'm looking for. You have to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, it'll eat you alive. This machine makes a lot of noise. Oh, where did I put my water bottle? There it is. Just like humans and goats, we never know how much time we have. No, it's not too hot. It can't be the heat. It wasn't the heat. All right, well, we're gonna change gears here. Piper, round 2 went great, as far as I know. My phone's about to die, so I'm not gonna go on for long. Maybe I'll record a little more later today. But Saturday, the day you're seeing this all happened pretty much Friday morning. I am dirty, real dirty. Gotta clean up. For Goat Snuggles a little bit. Olivia's flowers still looking. Whoa, zoomed in. There we go. Olivia's flower station still looking really good. Clearance sale. I'm just kidding, not really a clearance sale, but sort of. I mean, we got too many left, and I can't use them all. I know Mom wants to use some, but we can't use all of them. Oh, man. Yeah. For those of you that didn't know, Twix is gone. I just don't know what else to say. Oh, thank goodness we cooled it down in here. It was a little hot. And it's stinky. Something happened. I think an egg broke. But I was able to clear the egg out. It's still hot in here, but it's better. The humidity is out. The air conditioner's blowing. Yeah, the air conditioner's going nice. The fan's on. The stinkiness is gone because I think a broken egg is out. Snugglers are on the way. Virtual Goat Snuggles. Oh, there's a very exciting thing coming to YouTube. We're gonna hopefully do a live Q&A soon, especially with all the Piper news, Twix, the end of season for goat snugglings, milking. There's just a lot of updates. I gotta go get the cash drawer though. It's empty, nothing in it. So I gotta go get that set up, but there's exciting news. YouTube launched. Okay, hold up. I realized that new feature, new thing that YouTube launched today is not appropriate to put in the same video that I tell you Twix passed away. So we're not going to talk about it. We'll talk about that some another time. It's time to feed chickens and ducks and get ready for the store to open. And maybe now I'll clip back to the other video. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do know is that I got to feed the ducks, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for watching, by the way. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. It really helps. Just watch. That's all we ask. Just watch. Stick around. And thank you. Oh, my ring got stuck on the fence. Okay, I can't get in the grass, or maybe I'm too big. I don't know. Okay, Bye. Mike Tyson once said, plans are good until you get punched in the mouth. So with Twix passing away this morning, we basically got punched in the mouth. And then we talked to Kara and our goats all look good. Like none of them look too skinny. We're doing full checks. That's why you saw tonight we fed the togs, because the togs are being weaned. They're only being milked in the morning, and we're trying to wean some of them off milk. And the less grain you give them, the less milk they'll make. But we had a discussion with Kara quickly, and she's like, "Nah, let's keep feeding them. Let's just give them more grain. Why not? Not too much, just to get what you were giving them." So we're giving the togs back their grain, but they are not being milked. So we'll still continue the weaning process. It'll be fine. It might take a little longer. Whoa, I almost tripped because I'm carrying a bucket of water at the same time. So it might take a little longer, but they'll be fat, happy goats. And that's what we want right now, because we are, and this is one of the reasons we're doing it, we are about to switch over to first cut hay. First cut hay. It's not as nutritionally valuable as second. So if we keep their grain, in other words, things change at a moment's notice. Sometimes we can't explain it to you guys. So we see a lot of you guys confused in the chat. Like, I wonder if they're just feeding the togs because they're tired and they don't want to separate them. No, that's not why. That's not it. It's because we want to keep everybody as healthy as possible. And we figured, let's just keep giving them grain for now. And then we'll slowly lower the amount down over the summer, I guess, as they go. But they'll need grain to go into breed. So, in other words, togs are getting grain. But we did not, if you noticed, we did not milk Harper tonight. So she's starting the process, but still getting all that grain. And we only hand milked, who was it? Not Greta. Greta always gets grain. Somebody said, oh, Greta's getting grain. Greta always got grain. She just never got milked, and we usually put her in stall 4 for that. But, so my point here is we're constantly learning, constantly changing, and you never know what's gonna happen, so you might as well come back tomorrow.